Hopefully we're live here. So, yeah, welcome to the Justang Show. Hope you guys are doing good today. I think we're going to start trying to do this a little bit more regular, do it a little bit more structured, try to have a real show here because thanks to my wife, she's been taking care of our social media now. So that allows us to actually kind of have some content every day because I've got some major health problems. I'm not good to go every day by any means. So with her helping me, I think we might be able to make the Justang Show a real thing. So guys, if you would like and subscribe, I hope you stick around. So we're going to get into it. Obviously, the news we're going to talk about that we're all waiting on is more from the Epstein files, and Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie had came out and complained about the fact that they had redacted names to such an extent. So apparently Congress got some unredacted files today, I believe, and they had already named Les Wexner, the owner of Victoria's Secret, I believe, was named as a co-conspirator. Big surprise there. And let me see. But anyway, you know, we're gonna end up hearing more about this, and then the alleged torture video situation. That was some sheik, some sultan. I don't know the name. I can't remember the name. But I did see that we've got some type of news right here from Ro Khanna. I haven't watched this yet, so we're gonna watch this together and see if there's any kind of new information. And then this little tidbit here.
Democratic National California. He's a member of the House Oversight Committee. Congressman, what was your takeaway from the deposition of Ghislaine Maxwell?
Well, she provided no answers. I mean, for 8 hours, she was giving Todd Blanche every answer that he wanted. And yet when it came to simple questions, such as, did she see other people rape underage girls, she pleaded the Fifth Amendment, even though that's not self-incriminating.
For some reason, I was thinking maybe they told her to do that, to hold off until more pieces of this puzzle come together or something. I don't know. All we can do, you know, and I hope this has come out that, you know, Trump had blown the whistle on Epstein and all this, and I hope that's the case. And I know there's going to be people like, well, they're covering up, and they may be. I was worried to death. You know, obviously I want us to be a sovereign country. And I'm worried, but, you know, if it does turn out and it looks like, you know, Trump is the one that blew the whistle on Epstein, I hope to God that's the case, because we have to have somebody up there that we feel like fighting for us, because we can't trust any of them. I mean, if we don't have anybody in our government that's really fighting for us, then we are left to just wait for Jesus, because that's our only hope. I mean, and you guys, I mean, what do you think? We're going to stand up to these people with our 30-06s. I mean, look at what they did in Venezuela. They got shit you can't imagine with your brain, man. You think nuclear weapons are scary? That shit's a century old.
And what was so offensive is she said, I'll tell you the names if you give me clemency. She needs to go back to the maximum security prison.
What about finding out how she got her transfer from the maximum security prison?
Oh.
Well, she said that was self-incriminating, and that actually probably is self-incriminating. But the reality is that neither her lawyer or she wanted to answer any questions, and they just had a blanket Fifth Amendment. And I saw Ranking Member Garcia's earlier segment. He's absolutely right. They doctored what the video was that they put out. They need to put out the full video. But this was a total game by Comer, and they're basically letting Maxwell slide.
Got to turn my damn mic back on. Anyway, well, damn, that sucks because, well, you could see what I was doing. All right. Well, shoot, let's go back. Where was that one? All right, here we go. Did I do that one first or that? I can't remember which one I did first. Let's see. I think it was the other one. I mean, let's, you know what? Oh, yeah. Well, man, how you going? What are you gonna do?
After that, you go to see the unredacted Epstein files, and what do you find?
Well, let me actually break some news here right now, because the DOJ has now unredacted things at Massey and my request. We saw that there were 6 men whose names were inappropriately redacted, and Massey and I flagged this for the DOJ, and now they've actually put those identities out there for the public. Here's the problem, Lauren. So, I mean, members can go and call out these mistakes and have them make it public, but there's something much broader that I hope people will understand. In March, Donald Trump ordered the FBI to scrub these files. He ordered them to redact these files. They sent those scrubbed files to DOJ. And so the person at DOJ said to Massey and me, we just uploaded these files. We already got them redacted. So the core issue is that they're not complying with Massey and my law because these were scrubbed back in March by Donald Trump's FBI.
And your law is directed at both the
Okay, so I mean, it is what it is. Like, that's sketchy. If, you know, this is coming out now, like, you know, that Donald Trump blew the whistle on Epstein and everything. Dude, if that's the case, then why did you do that? That don't sit right. I mean, all I can say is, help us God. That's it.
FBI specifically and the Department of Justice. So Justice can't say, well, they arrived at us redacted. That doesn't answer what the law requires.
It doesn't. In fact, we explicitly call out the FBI in the law. And as you know, the FBI director reports to Pam Bondi. And so the issue is, were there mistakes made with DOJ? Yes. And Massey and I actually pointed out 6 identity issues which were protected and now are revealed. But that's not the bigger issue. What the American people really want to know is what was redacted by the FBI in March. That's where you have the...
Yeah, we want to know that. And I mean, you keep seeing things like it could bring down the whole system. How is that so? Because whatever this guy does, find somebody who knows how to do that. And if all he is money, then you seize his assets and find somebody better that has a soul to replace him. Or is it just to the point that I guess it's, you know, money is the root of all evil. So, I don't know, man. We are at a very dramatic crossroads in the history of humankind. And I tremble at the thought of what lies along one of those paths, especially because I have children. So I really hope everybody comes to their senses. And I'll tell you, I'll talk a lot of shit about liberals, but let me tell you something. These people are victims because they are victims of the most robust, complicated, and expansive brainwashing campaign that has ever been imagined in the history of mankind. They succumb to such an elaborate, deep psychological plan that they're victims. You know, I read a statement today from a girl who was a female to male transition. She had top surgery when she was 18. She was 27 when she was writing this. She had top surgery when she was 18. And in this that she had written, she was talking about how much she missed her breasts, and how that at the time it felt like she was making 1,000,000%. You know, it felt 1,000,000% like she was making the right choice. Now she lives in a deep depression, and she's highly jealous of any other girl she sees because they've got their natural body, and now she's stuck, and she says she can't get implants because they won't be hers, and now she's horribly disfigured. And how many people did they leave like that, man? How many people did they leave horribly disfigured? Psychologically.
We're here for you.
Yeah, man.
We're here for you.
That's, dude, for real. Because look, if you were, what the fuck did y'all have to do? What kind of psychological thing did y'all have to do to get dudes to start cutting their dicks off? If you were, tell you, man, yeah, man, yeah. Well, if you would have told me when I was 20 years old, okay, so that would be 2000 and what year are we in? 2006. It would have been 2006. If you would have told me at 20 years old that in 20 years guys were going to be just cutting their dicks off left and right, I would have told you you were a nutball. It's like we switched into another timeline, man. I guess, and because I grew up in a rural area in a small town, that no, it's not that, because I mean it's not like I lived in Jacksonville, Florida, man, like and not the nice part when I did either. So look, I don't know what has happened to us, man, but people need to get back to God, man, for real. I mean, look, dude, I'm a deeply devoted Christian. I mean, I've got a filthy mouth there. I don't do all the right things by any means. But some of this stuff is just common sense, man. Dude, number one, when you get married, stop banging everybody in the universe. Me and my wife love each other dearly. We're going to spend our 10th anniversary together this year. We got married at the Yadkin County Courthouse for $95 10 years ago. Almost 10 years ago. And that's why we love each other so much. We're both humble. My wife is such a humble woman. She's never wanted anything more than what we were able to have. And if more people could be like this, the world would be a better place, man. That's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do with $1 billion, man? You gonna buy you a boat? You can buy you a new car, a couple of houses, and then what? Go live some degenerate life? I mean, the world, it just seems more and more like we are have been controlled by these certain bloodlines under this satanic system ever since the small season of Satan began. 500 years. Satan loosed to deceive the nations. It's wild, man. We're in a wild place.
Survivor statements to the FBI agents, still redacted. That's where you have the prosecution memo of why charges weren't brought, still redacted. And that's the real scandal. That's the real cover-up here.
Congressman Massey said before these redacted names got unredacted that the names of at least 6 men have been redacted that are likely incriminated. Was that your reading of those parts of the file?
That was my reading, that they're serious allegations. I mean, they're as part of the co-conspirator list. there are two things that were a bit sloppy. One, all women basically were redacted. Now, in some cases, maybe that's to protect survivors, and some of them were survivors and also perhaps implicated. But some of the women actually did illegal things, and it seemed like DOJ just had all the women. But then Massey and I found that there were some of the men who were named as co-conspirators whose identity was also redacted. But the people at Justice, they were acting in good faith. They were trying to help us do the searches. And then Massey and I kept saying, yeah, but it's still redacted. And they said, sir, what can we do? We got the documents this way. And so this is just a game. There were maybe hundreds of attorneys, U.S. attorneys at Southern District of New York reviewing it in good faith, but they were reviewing documents that had already been scrubbed.
Congressman Ro Khanna, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Go to the website you love with Wix. For your words, create your brand, your opportunity, your breakthrough.
Oh, okay. Yep. Where we at here?
Hey everybody, thank you for coming out.
All right, nope. That's it. So we're looking at the same stuff. Let's see if I can verify. Hold on, mommy's cooking. Yeah, there we go. Dur. Uh-oh, here we go. Let's see. Look. Come on, it's hot. Mommy's cooking. Yeah, Mommy's cooking. Mommy's cooking. Come on. There you go. Mommy's cooking. You gonna get back up for Grandma? Oh.
Do you need me to do something?
Huh?
Do you need me to do something with him?
No, he good. All right, so we're waiting. More's going to come out, I'm sure, day by day, while we, then we still got this to look at. Something's obviously going on in the Middle East. Actually, well, look here, what we got right here.
My name is Louis, and God bless to every single one of you. Today is February 10, 2026. And welcome to the Grand Supreme News Channel. Guys, we have an urgent breaking news coming out right now. Axios just dropped his bombshell report. Trump says he might send second carrier to strike Iran.
Well, that's what I was actually going to mention before I even clicked on this video. So we have something obviously going on in the Middle East. Obviously something going on in the Middle East. And what was I looking for? Right here. Let's see. He said to the extent that they have
What's going on, guys? Right here.
air defenses set up in the area. They've got missiles loaded in the area with Patriot launchers.
Share with you guys right now.
Allegedly, all this. This is.
6 Eastern time here in the United States.
We can't mess that up.
Some major breaking news coming in from Iran. So, U.S. President Donald Trump says he expects the second round of U.S.-Iran talks to take place next week. He said either we will make a deal or we will have to do something very tough like last time. So he's talking about military action. We're also hearing that Trump is going to be deploying another aircraft carrier.
Yeah, and apparently that's what we had just heard.
In an interview today, he's considering sending a second aircraft carrier strike group to the Middle East to prepare for military action if negotiations with Iran fail.
Use this massive.com LLM.text. Drop it in your prompt, and your LLM gets without loading your context.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get to. Dang it, I can't find it. Hey, buddy.
Favorite song, Rusty Bibles.
Yeah, boy. Where's my friggin' mouse? There we go. My God. All right. You know what? There we go.
Old Israeli channel.
All right. I think I'll do a little bit more research on what the current status in Iran is, and then we'll be back later with some gaming. I want to go ahead and get the news out of the way, and we'll take a break in between the game. We got dinner going on, so we'll do that. And guys, if you're watching this, that means thank you. I appreciate you coming and watching our content. Like I said, my wife has been taking care of our social media. She's doing a great job. We're kind of starting to get a little bit of viewership, so I wanted to start working on a little bit higher quality content, try to bring you guys some real information. Like I said, later I think we'll be playing some